It's Wrestling Hero Figs, the best elite wave for this year. Well, not this year, 2019. If you guys do enjoy this concept, we can definitely do like a part 2 version of the exclusives, because this will only be featuring the regular line, which is from Elite Series 65 all the way up until the most recent wave that we reviewed, which is Elite Series 74. And there is a lot of exclusives, man. There was Ringside exclusives, Walmart exclusive, Target exclusives. So again, if you do want to see that, drop a like, leave it in the comments and let me know. We're going to start out right here with Elite Series 65, which featured Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns, Eric Young, Aiden English, Rusev, and Nia Jax right here. For this, we had some introductions of first times in the lines. We had Eric Young finally being brought to elite figure form. Traditionally, it's usually introduced in basic wave, but right off the get-go, I feel like there was too many positives with this figure for them to put it right away into the elite wave. I mean, the tattoos always requires quite a bit of budget to put into the figure, and it is always distributed throughout all 6 figures. The downfall for this wave, I would have to clearly point this out, is the Ronda Rousey. The posability on that figure, it was one of those that it's like, if you didn't have her kind of like hunched over, she wasn't standing on you. Also, Aiden English, you know, the fact that that one was the chase for this, like that was one thing. Like it was a hit or miss for all of these elite waves to choose which one was going to be the chase. And it's an alternate attire is basically what it is. And it wasn't all that much different from the original one. For Elite Series 66, we had Harper, Rowan, Nikki Cross, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle. Now for the Bludgeon Brothers, absolute must right here. Really love these 2 figures. It was really a toss-up to determine as to which one was my favorite because, I mean, Nikki Cross, she was going to complete sanity. Kevin Owens, he had the alternate look, which was the chase version. It was either this one or the WrestleMania look. AJ Styles, I know we covered this one in the worst head scans, so you guys already know how I feel about that hairpiece. And Kurt Angle, we needed the current look. For Elite Series 67, we have Velveteen Dream, Shayna Baszler, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Cedric Alexander. Jeff Hardy is always a safe approach. If you want to grab a figure, like any character from WWE, you want to grab one that always likes to change it. He always does. He's always changing it up with the face paint. So when we got the red, white, and blue, I was a big fan of that. Now for Shayna Baszler, that belt, yeah, it really wasn't all that much different from the men's. Randy Orton had the updated tattoos. Cedric Alexander, the only thing really that suffered for that figure was the torso choice option. And Rey Mysterio, we needed a young Ray Ray. And still to this day, Velveteen Dream, this one right here from 67 is still on my top list for the best one so far. For Elite Series 68, we have Danny O'Brien, Brie Bella, Undertaker, King Mabel, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Now this wave right here, this one was, I feel like it was put together at the last minute. So you can see the packaging, like if you compare this to Elite Series 67, it's kind of just like, oh crap, we were going to do the SummerSlam wave, it didn't work out, so how about we just call it Elite Series 68? That's kind of what I feel like had happened here. For King Mabel, he was the chase figure. Braun Strowman, he was kind of almost the same thing as the top picks, and we'll discuss that a little bit more as we get further into the video. Undertaker right here, the American Badass. Brie Bella with an earlier look for the attire. And Danny O'Brien, the first elite for his return. We got basics, but this one was kind of like the pinnacle and the turning point of what we're getting here come 2020. Now for Elite Series 69, we had Ricochet, Ali, Bobby Lashley, Rey Mysterio, Miz, and Tommaso Ciampa. Ali had the red chase version, which still to this day is actually still kind of holding its value in the second market. Ricochet, well, you guys already know, man. This figure right here, this one was kind of like one of my favorite. I think actually he might have fallen within the top 5 when we did the best figures for 2019. Bobby Lashley, another one that was a returning figure. Like there was so many first times in the lines for this series. Ricochet with the epic entrance gear, the likeness of the head scan. It was only the height that was really bringing this figure down a couple notches. Bobby Lashley, we needed Lashley and Mattel. Like he was in WWE when Mattel was making the figures back in early 2010. But thing is that he was one that just, he never got a figure. So when we got this, we got a current look. We got some interesting accessories accessories too. We know the guy likes to work out, so they then thrown in a tire, and there was a lot of confusion. Rey Mysterio, the very first, also for him as well, for the returning, for the regular Elite Wave right here. A lot of Rays prior, but this one right here, it was like with all the tats and everything. The Miz, we got an epic entrance gear with that one. And Tommaso Ciampa, I mean, where do we even go from there? For Elite Series 70, we have Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, EC3, Mr. McMahon, Dolph Ziggler, and Seth Rollins. The chase was Dolph Ziggler. You could have either gotten the black one or the pink one, which to me, for at least for this wave right here, was my favorite one. I mean, Johnny Gargano had that potential, but those kick pads, they were kind of clashing. Kind of goes the same right here for Finn Balor when it came to the paint apps. EC3, the first introduction for him right here. We had Mr. McMahon, an earlier young, and then for Rollins, this is kind of insane. Like, we only got 2, I think potentially 3 Rollins right here for 2019. So the fact that out of all the looks that he wore, it kind of blew my mind that they went back to an old Shield attire. For Elite Series 71, we have Adam Cole, Nikki Bella, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, John Cena, and Big Show. And the most hated chase out of this year, I would have to say it was the Nikki Bella. I mean, yeah, it had the matching look for the Brie, but at the same time, he had some great alternative options. Again, Jeff Hardy always being a great option. Adam Cole, I think he would have also benefited. Drew McIntyre, you had the alternate head scans, and you had that Attitude Era Big Show that we all love. Now, Cena, it was like a re-release, but with the brand new dad hair look. And then for Elite Series 72, we had Buddy Murphy, Becky Lynch, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Velveteen Dream, and Roderick Strong. A very solid wave. Strong, well, check this out. We had 3, we needed 4, we need the final member. So this one, plus the accessories, man, like the steel chair, this was completely undisputed. The Dream, this might have been the worst Elite figure for last year. We haven't covered that. You guys do want to see that? Let me know in the comments. Rey Mysterio, we had the Mohawk look. Batista from the WrestleMania. The man Becky Lynch right here with the cloth jacket. And this was kind of like, I feel like Becky Lynch was kind of like, you know what? We did it with Becky. Let's do it with Balor. And then Buddy Murphy, he had the chase. For Elite Series 73, we had Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Elias, Daniel Bryan, Triple H, and Grand Metalik. Oh man, for this wave right here, Daniel Bryan, the hemp title, I loved it. I thought that was a really neat thing that they still went ahead and put it into the wave, considering that, you know, the belt, once he lost the title, they no longer used it, so it was really neat. And Triple H, that entrance gear. The chase was Grand Metalik. Elias right here, we had the man bun with it all. Aleister Black, this figure is insane. Like, I thought that once they had released right here into Elite Series 73, that would have kind of died down the hype. But no, man, people love this figure. The second market for that one, also insane. And Kairi Sane, first time in the line for her. For Elite Series 74, we have Goldberg, Andrade, AJ Styles, Linsley Dorado, Finn Balor, and Natalya. The chase right here was Linsley Dorado. So it was either this one or the gold look. Same accessories for both figures. Finn Balor, as we talked about, man, that cloth good and the bright look of it all. Natalya, probably the best head scan so far, like maybe potentially in history, like in the decade of Mattel that, you know, since they've started producing the figures. AJ Styles in the bright green, and then Andrade right here. Great figure, interchangeable heads to have the masked luchador, but then at the same time, it was kind of like a drawback with the choice when it came down to the torso. Goldberg right here with the screaming scan, just to kind of change it, because the ones prior, they were all sharing the same, like even going back to Ruthless Aggression, the only thing that they modified was the look of the beard. Now, since we covered all the waves, you guys, I'm sure you guys want to know which wave is standing out to me right here for 2019. I think this is a clear and obvious choice. That Elite Series 69 did it for me. There was so many. Like, this wave right here, it would not stay in stock. And Ringside Collectibles, they, for their life of them, they could not keep the full wave in stock. And I think the reason why was because of the Tommaso Ciampa. That one was so neat, you guys. I mean, yes, mine had the whole paint flaw where it didn't have the decal design in the back. But look, that one we displayed with the pants. You could have had it with the pants, without. The Ray right here, well, you guys already know how I feel about my Ray. As a matter of fact, I got a sneak peek here coming here in the near future for that Joker. And then, best figure right here. For me, personally, I feel like the Ricochet, they had gone like way above, you know, to my expectations. Now that we've covered the best, we need to talk about the worst, man. For Elite Series 68, this wave, as we mentioned, it was forced. It was one of those, like, we have to do something. We need to hurry up. People are expecting what's going to go down with the next wave. Like, the Braun Strowman, it was just, I mean, they could have just gone with, like, a shirtless Braun. Like, if they don't want to do a retool on the pants, just give us, like, a shirtless Braun, dude. Roman Reigns, this figure, this is kind of insane, all right? So for Elite Series 68, even though the big dog has been released quite a bit in the Elite wave, this one was like one of the highlights from it all because it was the updated look for the vest. And then like King Mabel's, like, I would have to say my favorite, but when it came to the Deadman, the American Badass, the tucked in shirt, there were some things that just weren't sitting right with me. And even the accessory too. They used the same mold of like the current Kane mask, but then they went back and used like something from Elite Series 12. So there was a lot of stuff about that Undertaker, because everybody wanted American Badass, but they didn't want it to be reflected in this form. And then Brie Bella, she was okay. I mean, at the same time, like the fact that it was earlier, like nobody really, I rarely in the community, I rarely ever see people post like flashbacks of, like, for example, I don't know what it is about the Bellas, but people just seem to hate them. So I guess it was like a missed opportunity. Like they could have done a different figure in the wave. Daniel Bryan right here, it was mainly the head scan that just, again, it was a great looking attire, but at the same time, for the overall wave, there was a lot of drawbacks to where this is going to rank it last. Give me your favorite Elite wave though. What one was your favorite? And again, if you guys do want to see like the part 2 version right here for the exclusives, we could definitely do so. You just got to let me know, bro. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.